It's time to hit a cut to Hajime into some wrestling news because it's time for the Turnbuckle. Starting off with our first bit of news, Teddy Long comments on his possible AEW authority role. Wrestling Inc.'s Nick Hausman recently asked former WWE SmackDown general manager Teddy Long how he'd feel about playing an on-air authority figure in the fledgling promotion. Teddy Long said, well, if that's what they wanted to do, Long said with a laugh, they rehash everything, you know what I mean? Long would like AEW to make it a little bit different with a possible name change. Don't call it the GM, maybe give it another name like Commissioner. They never use that a lot. Long thinks having an authority figure in AEW would work. It worked in WWE, and if it hadn't have worked, then Vince McMahon wouldn't have never done it. That hurt my brain. I stayed in that spot for 9 years, and he didn't put me in there. He didn't put me there to stay in there just because he liked me. This is like reading a fucking Dave Meltzer quote. Long was a general manager of SmackDown from 2004 to 2012 and one of the longer runs for a GM at WWE. He feuded with a bunch of GMs, made many impromptu tag matches. He loved to punish wrestlers by going one-on-one with The Undertaker. And even got married during his tenure. Hooray! I would love if Teddy Long made his way back into the wrestling scene and even made his way back into a general manager role. I could definitely see Teddy Long being like a commissioner, as he would say, for Rampage. I think that would actually be a pretty decent fit. Although, thinking about it now, AEW as a whole doesn't really have like general managers. You know, it's really just all being like done under the umbrella of Tony Khan. So, I mean, if you brought a general manager in, it would kind of set the precedent of like, all right, well, who's he going to be general managing? If it's going to be Dynamite or Rampage, then odds are you're probably going to want to like get another general manager for the other promotion. But I mean, I don't know, because they don't have general managers in AEW. So if you brought one in, it would be like, all right, well, do we need one now? Like, does Dynamite need one? You know what I mean? And then, I mean, it would make fantastic storylines. I'm sure storylines would stem just all over the place. Like, imagine Teddy Long coming out, you're going one-on-one with a Wardlow, you know? Like, that'd be great. That'd be fantastic. So far, they don't have any general managers. I don't really think they need any general managers, you know what I mean? So, but listen, that does not mean that I would not fucking just lose my mind if I saw Teddy Long in the squared circle again. Next, we're going to be talking about Bray Wyatt and how he's teasing his return. So this has been all over wrestling Twitter. This has been all over my YouTube page. This has been all over the place. If you've recently attended a taping of WWE's SmackDown or a live event, you might have heard the song White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane play throughout the arena. The use of the song during WWE events has left many fans wondering just who the song could be for, as the track has been accompanied by a glaring red light glooming over the arena. Some fans have speculated that the song and lighting are being used to set up the return of former WWE Universal Champion Bray Wyatt. He was shockingly released from the WWE last year, but Triple H recently teased his return during an interview with Ariel Helwani. Of course, WWE's latest teasers are reminiscent of Wyatt's previous presentation under the Fiend gimmick. The lights would occasionally turn red during his matches or to signify his arrival. What makes this theory a little more interesting is the fact that during one of the last episodes of the Firefly Funhouse, Wyatt portrayed the Mad Hatter as he, Alexa Bliss, and the members of the Funhouse did a spoof of the Tea Party scene from Alice in Wonderland. As Louder points out, the lyrics to White Rabbit were inspired by the story, so it all adds up. Other social media theories have linked the song to Karrion Kross, as he has been known to play mind games in WWE. Furthermore, during his stint in Lucha Underground, Kross went by the name of the White Rabbit. However, I'm going to go ahead and say that this has been debunked, because according to Karrion Kross on Twitter, Karrion Kross has essentially said, it's not me. You might think that it's me, but it's not me. You're going to have to keep waiting, because I'm waiting and I can't wait to see what it is. Man, I'm excited. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Genuinely, I honestly have like no idea what to think. I really hope that this is Wyatt. So I'm more than likely going to put the video up, so you're probably watching it right now, right? If you can see, they're doing the thing that they used to do where they would turn their phone flashlights on and they like wave it around, you know, as the fireflies. If it's not Bray Wyatt at this point, man, I'm actually going to be a little bit disappointed, just because you can see everybody leading into it. And this is the thing that I love talking about that AEW does sometimes, where it's like everyone knows the answer everyone already knows, like, who's gonna win. I'm not really concerned about, like, knowing who's gonna win. I just want to, like, I like the journey. I don't care about the destination. I know we're getting there. That's not the issue. Okay, it's a one-way road. I don't know where else we would go. I just love the fact that everyone else is like, they're in on it. They're in on it, and they're leaning into it, which is only making the spectacle even more grandiose. So if it is Bray Wyatt, this is on par with the Ayatollah of rock and roller, Chris Jericho, coming back. This is on par with The Rock being the guest host for WrestleMania. Like, this is great. I can't wait for this, man. This is going to be fantastic. But look, let's not assume it could be Karrion Kross. Ross Tweddle from Cultaholic said it could potentially be a new gimmick for Charlotte Flair, because he mentioned she was like the Red Queen, but I don't know how far that's going to go. I mean, listen, at this point, if that's the case, that would be fantastic. Charlotte Flair coming back and doing a spooky gimmick, fine, I'm all for it. Okay, listen, change your character up, do something different, shake it. All right, I'm here for it. Okay. But listen, we can't really say anything. Don't ask me, okay? I have absolutely no idea, all right? But I tell you what, okay? I'm shaking with excitement, all right? I don't care who it is. This is great, and I can't wait to see what we're going to get from this. Finally, WWE content is set to get pulled from Hulu on Saturday, September 25th, because the deal is set to expire. All WWE content on Hulu will be pulled on Saturday, September 25th, as their deal for next day rights for Raw and SmackDown is set to expire. That content includes episodes of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Main Event, Total Divas, Total Bellas, and more. Currently, nearly all WWE content on Hulu has expired exp.sat, so expired Saturday, flag. PW Insider's Mike Johnson, shouts out to Mike, said talks are still ongoing as they are attempting to negotiate a new deal. Hulu, with approximately 46 million subscribers, is primarily owned by Disney, who owns 67% of it, with NBC Universal owning the remaining stake. You can do the math, okay? I don't do percentages. Both Disney and NBC Universal are partners with WWE to varying degrees, while Hulu and WWE have been partners for 10 years. On past investor calls, WWE's co-CEO, Nick Khan, has spoken about several intriguing aspects of the company's rights, one of which is the second-day rights for Raw and SmackDown. Based on industry trends, he expects multiple bidders for WWE content in the years ahead, as streaming services get more involved in the mix. If you're WWE and you're like just a streaming service company, you're more than likely gonna want to like meet up at some point and do some type of like deal. I know WWE is doing something. I know WWE's got the Peacock deal. I know that. WWE also has like their own network. I know WWE's got like the Fox deal and everything like that. So really, they've got their arms extended in a lot of different avenues. So I'm not really going to sit here and complain about WWE sort of pulling out of Hulu, because they have Peacock. And I mean, they could like go right back into Hulu with like a different deal. You know what I mean? When it really comes down to like WWE's content and the distribution of content, I really don't think that WWE as a whole, and also the consumers as well, really need to worry too much about, where am I going to get the WWE related content? How am I going to see past WWE content and shows and that sort of thing, you know? Like, they've got like multiple avenues that they can go down, and I highly doubt that, you know, WWE is really gonna like, I would say, close off an avenue. You know what I mean? I really don't think that that's something that WWE is going to do. So really, it's all down to just what they negotiate on and how long the deal goes for, and, you know, just overall, like, where WWE plants themselves. But then again, like I said, they don't really have to. I think that it's best for business if WWE sort of sticks their limbs out and puts them in different, like, avenues and such. So when it comes to Hulu, I mean, according to this article, Hulu, with 46 million subscribers, is primarily owned by Disney with 67% of the stake. So, I mean, I would assume if WWE wants to do anything, they're gonna have to go into the mouse's office, and they're gonna have to negotiate with him. They're gonna have to go into the office, and they're gonna have to talk to Mickey Mouse and the cryogenically frozen head of Walt Disney, and then like Mickey Mouse is gonna be like, oh, and he's gonna look over at Walt Disney, and he's not gonna say anything, but you're gonna feel like a weird shift happen in the room, and then like everything's gonna start shaking and the lights are gonna start flickering, and then like the door's gonna start opening and closing really, really, really fast, and it's gonna stop. And then Mickey Mouse is gonna like slowly turn and he'd be like, leave. And then like you're just gonna get, the door's gonna fling open. You're gonna get pushed out by like some sort of ungodly force, and the door's gonna close back. But listen, okay, I can only speculate. All right, boys, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Turnbuckle. I want to give a shout out to everybody who stopped by. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful tonight and a wonderful tomorrow. And as always, big hugs all around.